Carolina, taken out by an oversized steak knife.
Well, maybe if someone had remembered to account for hidden blades.
Hey, I'm an AI. I'm not a babysitter.
So, there's a tiny ghost man here. Anybody care to introduce me?
That's Church. Yeah, he had to leave for a while, but I knew he would come back. Bullshit. You were totally depressed. What? No, Tucker. You're not remembering that right. No, I would not do something like that. I would not spiral downward into an emotional state of evidence to try to fill with the remains of a mechanical path just because I missed church. Stupid Tucker.
Oh, forget you. I want to analyze him.
Dr. Gray, this is Agent Carolina. She and I were operatives for Project Freelancer. As for Church, he's an artificial intelligence fragment from the same organization, codenamed Epsilon. And to make a long story short, he kind of used to be the leader of Blue Team before I showed up.
And tried to murder us.
That was a misunderstanding.
I know, just saying. Just don't gloss over the good parts. At least he didn't abandon us.
Psychoanalyses for everyone!
Oh boy, can I go first? I have got a lot of things crammed inside me.
Now hold up just a second. I want to know what in the name of Benedict Arnold Palmer is going on around here. We've been tricked, we've been backstabbed, and we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
Yeah, and whenever that shit starts happening, it typically means you freelancers had something to do with it.
Project Freelancer is gone. We all saw to that. Colorful Space Marine, stop corruption! That was the news article Locust brought General Joy when he suggested we find you. I always thought the title was meant to describe your appearances, but no, I think I get what the writer was going for. What I'm saying is that Project Freelancer isn't behind any of this. This is something else.
The plot thickens. Look, man, after we crashed, Carolina picked up a transmission. A couple of assholes were talking about selling cloaking equipment to another couple of assholes. There was no way we were going to let that slide. So, she decided to leave. I decided to go with her. We figured you guys would be fine, okay?
Oh, yeah, totally. We were totally fine. Just doing our thing, hanging out, drinking margaritas, getting captured by evil mercenaries. Great time.
Oh, man, Tucker, I am so sorry. I mean it. My sincerest apologies. I had no idea that you had turned into such a whiny bitch while I was gone. And you still haven't grasped the concept of a hologram. Man, you're just having a really tough time today, aren't you, buddy?
Man, I thought we had issues. This is better than any daytime television drama. And that's some quality programming.
Maybe Church will turn out to be someone's long-lost brother.
I think we've had enough plot twists for one lifetime.
And his real name is Horatio.
I'd watch it.
All right, enough. Tucker, there's no way they could have known all this would happen. Right now, we need to focus on the bigger issues at hand, even if Epsilon is being a prick.
Oh, don't you start to.
We started investigating, and it didn't take long for us to realize that something was very wrong with this planet. Abandoned cities, soldiers everywhere. We kept to the shadows and gathered as much intel as we could. And what we found was worse than I had anticipated.
How so?
This third faction on Chorus, these space pirates, have managed to acquire freelancer equipment and are manufacturing more advanced versions of it on a mass scale. Versions that don't require the assistance of an AI.
But how is that possible? I thought the UNSC confiscated everything Project Freelancer ever created.
They did, but then they put those creations on a ship, and that ship crashed here.
Wait, what? Guys, don't you think it's a little weird that our transport vessel also happened to be carrying tons of weapons and vehicles, and that it just so happened to magically crash on a planet in need of those kinds of things?
What exactly are you suggesting?
Someone wanted our ship to crash.
So, what you're saying is, there's no way any of us could be responsible for the crash.
Well, yes. Why do you ask?
Sir, this area is reserved for authorized personnel only. What were you doing in there?
Oh, sorry, I just noticed you guys were using a really outdated web browser. I went ahead and updated it for you. Now it's the one NASA uses. No need to thank me.
Those are the ship's navigation systems. You can't just update that stuff.
Tell me about it. Once I started with the browser, I couldn't stop myself from changing the graphics card too.
You what?
And the motherboard, and the fan, and oh, hey, by the way, I'm glad you're here. How do you feel about acrylic window panels? The answer is, you love them. No reason.
You guys are missing the point. Someone managed to ensure that freelancer equipment made it right here, to this tiny rock in the middle of space. These guys are just some asshole raiders and mercenaries. They're organized, and they've managed to work their way into our own forces.
In short, we have no idea who we can trust until we find the people behind all of this.
Okay, hold up. Aren't we all forgetting something here?
Yesterday was Mother's Day.
There are two armies that are ready to blow each other's brains out thanks to Locust and Felix. We've got to tell them they're being used.
That's not going to be easy.
What do you mean? You've got those teleporter cubes. That's how we got here, right? Let's just zap ourselves over to the New Republic.
Tucker, we've only got a few of those things left. They're kind of tricky to use. They put an enormous strain on the physical body, which, by the way, all of you have. That's not even the main problem, though.
Those two mercenaries are thorough. They've got some sort of radio jammer set up that only allow broadcasting on certain frequencies, and they monitor all other open channels. We tried to contact you when we overheard your radio transmission to Donut from the crash site. Not only did we fail, but Locust managed to trace the call back to this hideout. We were lucky he missed us, and I doubt we'll have luck on our side again.
Yeah, and if they've gone through all this trouble just to keep their radios quiet, I can guarantee you they're not going to let you guys within a mile of Doyle or Kimball. If they're not already by their side, then their cloaked space buddies definitely are.
We need more intel. We need the upper hand on these guys before we can even think about taking them on again. And to make matters worse, we don't have much time.
What makes you say that?
We've managed to eavesdrop on a few conversations between the mercenaries and someone calling themselves Control. They've got plans and protocols for just about everything. And I'm willing to bet they've got one for this.
Meaning? Look at it this way. 11 people on this planet know what's really going on. And until those 11 people are tracked down and killed, I'm talking about you guys, by the way, there's really only one thing these space pirates can do. And that's to finish what they started. Nah. Oh, wonderful. Duped by a freelancer posing as one of our own men. Can you taste the irony in that?
If you had kept your ego under control, they'd be dead by now.
Okay, no, we don't have the facts to prove that, all right? So let's not, start throwing blame around or anything, okay? Please. Thank you. You're welcome.
Stop talking.
Gentlemen, though I'm inclined to further chastise you for your most recent failure, I suggest we focus on the opportunity at hand.
And exactly which opportunity is that?
The Reds and Blues are missing.
It won't be long before my scout team finds them.
Perhaps. But all that truly matters is that you prevent them from making contact with their armies.
We've got snipers shadowing the generals as we speak.
Marvelous. Then you are to transport back to your respective armies and report the deaths of the Reds and Blues.